Hey, sixth grade. So today we're going to be studying two elements of art, shape and form. And we're also going to do some basic form drawing. You're going to want to make sure that you have white paper and pencils. You could have a wooden pencil or mechanical pencil, whichever works best for you. Remember, anytime during this video, you can pause and rewind as you need to. You have full control of that. Let's go ahead and start with our element of art, shape. Shape is an enclosed space determined by line, color, value, and or texture. Shape is two-dimensional. We commonly say 2D. And it can be measured by length and width. Main thing is, remember that it is flat, okay? Your paper is a flat sheet of paper and it is shaped like a rectangle. It is 2D, it is flat, all right? There are two different kinds of shape. The first one is called a geometric shape. Geometric shapes are measured by a ruler or a compass. We know that we can use a ruler to get a straight line, and a compass is used for circles. You can have a compass that gives you the directions like north, east, south, west. These compasses here are the ones we use for circles. Our examples for geometric shapes would be a square, triangle, circle. We can also have what we call a free form shape. These are natural. Sometimes we'll say organic. If I had something like this, as long as it closes together, even a little heart like that closes together. If I pick up a leaf outside, that's a flat, natural shape, okay? In elementary school, you may have seen in some of the textbooks where they say regular or irregular. It's the same thing, all right? Let's go ahead and talk about form. Form is three-dimensional and it encloses volume. You're going to learn more about volume in math class and science class. You'll learn how to write the formulas for that and everything, okay? Now, if something is three-dimensional, we do commonly say 3D. It is measured by length, width, and depth. It means we can see the sides of it. In art, we commonly say sculpture in the round. I'm using an ink pen so you guys can actually see my notes better. But if we look at this, I can see all sides of my pen. All right, I can feel it. This is sculpture in the round. Not like my paper, it's a flat shape. Just like shape, form has two different kinds, and this is why you'll see shape comes first. Shape, we had geometric shape, and we had a square. What would that square be if it was 3D? Think for a second. It'd be a cube. So, if I take that square and I make it 3D, it's now a form. So we can have geometric forms. Examples would be like the cubes, pyramids, spheres, like a ball. Okay? And we talked about freeform shapes. So we know that those were flat shapes that are more natural, organic. Okay? And we really do say this, guys. We say free form, form. Natural, organic, but 3D. So people, plants, and animals. All right? We are going to start doing the basic form drawings. So if you have all these notes on the front of your page, I would flip it over to the back so you have more room for the drawings. Okay? For the basic form drawings, I want you guys to remember that you can pause and rewind anytime you need to. I'm also going to ask you to follow every step and show me every step on your paper. So when I have something with a 1 in it, you will have that with a 1. If I put a 2 in the next one, you'll put a 2. So we have shape, and I've got all this room over here for form. The first shape we're going to look at is the square. What can it be when it's 3D? We already said it can be a cube. So let's go ahead and draw a square. Put a 1 in it. Draw that square again. 2. Come to this bottom right corner right here with a diagonal line. Guys, look at the direction of the line I put. It's going this way. Okay? Step 3. And make sure you slow down here. So I have this diagonal, and I want to come to the top right with this diagonal. Look at both of these lines. They're going in the same direction. Okay? Step 4. Diagonal, diagonal. Now come over here to this top left, diagonal. Do we see that all three are going in the same direction? Okay, that's really important. Step 5. Diagonal, diagonal, diagonal. Look at this. This is a horizontal line, straight across, side to side. Horizontal line, straight across, side to side. Step 6. Diagonal, 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 horizontal. This is vertical. This is vertical. Okay, so let me show you something, because this happens a lot, all right? Take a look at your cube. If yours looks like this, take a good look. Let's figure out why this one does not look like that. This line right here is horizontal, and so is this one. And we want it to slant like that one, so we need to fix that. This one went straight up vertical, and again we want diagonal, so let's fix that. Okay? Something else that I see a lot is sometimes I'll see this, and again it could just be confusion, because we want this to go diagonal, this to go diagonal, this to go diagonal. Okay? These are very common. Okay? When people are learning, it happens. Another common one that I see a lot is that someone will have their diagonal lines different sizes, and it messes them up because they try to connect it. This is horizontal. We want the back to be horizontal. This is vertical. We want this to be vertical. So again, check your lines. Now, what I see a lot in math classes is they teach students how to draw cubes like this. But guys, these are ice cubes. I mean, it is fun to learn, but they're ice cubes, because if we did this, we'd have to erase that line, erase that line, erase that line, that one, and that one. And we don't want to have all those erase marks, or like I'm drawing with ink, I wouldn't be able to erase that. So even though this is fun to do, that's not how we draw cubes in art class, because we want to follow these steps. Following the steps also helps you draw the cube in the other direction. So I can come right over here, and I can have my cube going this way. Okay? So give that a good practice. The next shape we have is the triangle. The triangle can become a lot of different things. Let's go ahead and look at the four-sided pyramid first. Step 1. let's draw our triangle. Step 2. Come to the bottom right and put a diagonal line. Again, guys, look at the direction of my diagonal line. Step 3. Slant this one down to connect, and that is your four-sided pyramid. Now you might be like, Miss Weiner, how can that be four-sided? The base of that pyramid has 4 sides. If this was made out of glass, you would see that the bottom, the base, has 1, 2, 3, 4 sides to it. So this is a 4-sided pyramid. Notice that was a lot easier to draw than the cube. Okay? Let's go ahead and look at a 3-sided. We're going to begin with an upside down V or an A without a line. Okay, an upside down V or an A without a line. For step 2, come right here to the center and bring down a vertical line. Now guys, look, it looks a little bit like an arrow. Bring that line past these 2 points here. So bring it past it. Step 3, and this is important, we need to go diagonal. Do not draw your line horizontal. If you do, it's going to look like a triangle, and we want this to look 3D. So slant this one down this way. Step 4, slant this one this way. Looks a little bit like a paper airplane, but that is a 3-sided pyramid. If it was made out of glass, you would see that the base of the pyramid has 1, 2, 3 sides. So again, we know that the base is a triangle. Okay? The triangle can also become a triangular prism. Let's start out with step 1. We have our triangle. Step 2, we're going to come to this bottom right with a diagonal line. Again, notice the direction I go. Also notice I made it a lot longer this time. Step 3, I'm going to come to the top here with a diagonal line. Guys, look, both of these diagonals match. They're going in the same direction. I want them to be the same length. Step 4, I have this diagonal here. I want this diagonal here. So these 2 match. Okay? Once you can do that, you can take your triangular prism. We've already got it going in this direction here. I can also draw it going in the other direction. And just for fun, let's go ahead and make this one look like a tent. So we got our triangular prism. It looks like a tent. Have a little entrance right here. Maybe they've got the opening where it's unzipped right there and you can see inside it. I would want a tent that has that little netted windows. Keep the mosquitoes out. Get some fresh air. So we could easily do something like that. The triangular prism, if you change your triangle, you can make wedges and ramps. So if I took my triangle and I went more obtuse, so there's your math term, did my sides, I can have a wedge or a ramp. The triangle can also become a cone. So we're going to draw the cone where it's the upward and then where it's upside down where you can put ice cream in it. Okay? So let's go ahead with the first one. You have a upside down V or an A without a line. The cone, excuse me,